You're watching Football Daily, and here's this week's biggest transfer news and headlines. Let's start in the French capital, where PSG have been making headlines with their very public interest in Barcelona superstar Neymar. Now, this story has done the rounds in literally every media outlet across Europe, and many seem to think it could be on the cards, with PSG willing to pay his €193 million buyout clause. But realistically, the story seems to have started after Neymar's agent told the BBC that to move and play in Paris would be a dream and could be too good to turn down. But to us, it just seems so obvious that Neymar's agent is only doing this in order to force Barcelona into giving the Brazilian superstar a new deal. I mean, has there ever been a more evident case of an agent desperate to get a new contract than this? It's so painfully obvious, it's almost embarrassing. From the French capital to the Spanish capital and Madrid, who are apparently desperate to offload James Rodriguez this summer. The Daily Mirror's European correspondent Ed Mallion claims that Zinedine Zidane wants around £60 million for the playmaker because he doesn't believe the Colombian works in a 4-3-3 system. Man United and Chelsea are the reported interested parties, however neither is willing to spend over £40 million on him, so Los Blancos will have to drop their asking price in order to make any move possible. Over in Manchester, and with Pep Guardiola's arrival at Manchester City imminent, there is an ever-increasing number of players being linked with a move to the Etihad. This week it's the turn of Barcelona goalkeeper Marc Andre Ter Stegen, as The Guardian report that the move is nailed on to happen. Despite already having England #1 Joe Hart at the club, Guardiola apparently wants Ter Stegen because of his ability to distribute the ball. This would be an interesting move given the Germans' lack of playing time in Catalonia, however quite what Joe Hart is going to do remains to be seen. The next Etihad man on the transfer roundabout is Yaya Toure, whose agent confirmed that the Ivorian would 100% leave Manchester City this summer. Dimitri Selyuk also claimed that Toure has a huge number of offers on the table from clubs all across the world. It remains unlikely that any club in England or Spain will stump up the required wages because of his age. However, a number of Italian clubs are rumoured to be interested. We can only see him leaving Europe though, with a straight battle on the table between China and the MLS about to begin. Our final City story comes from Spanish paper Marca, who claim that Luis Suarez could be Pep's #1 target this summer. Again, this just seems like a complete stab in the dark. I mean, how many #1 targets does Guardiola have, as this story has absolutely nothing in the way of quotes or basis other than Suarez's apparent ideal fit in a Guardiola system. Come on, Marca, do better. Talking of players flying across the pond, it now appears that Mathieu Flamini will follow Tim Howard and leave the Premier League for America this summer. The 32-year-old is out of contract in July, and Arsene Wenger is not expected to renew his current deal. Because of this, Flamini is keen to move to sunnier climates and prolong his career. It is not yet clear though which franchise would take him, however New York City are reportedly leading the race. German giants Bayern Munich have reportedly come to a verbal agreement with RSC Anderlecht for wonderkid Yuri Tielemans, according to Sport Bild. The Belgian will reportedly make the move to Bavaria for around €30 million after Karl-Heinz Rummenigge beat off competition from Dortmund, Spurs and Barcelona. In the latest Football League scandal, it has been revealed that Manchester United's hit-and-miss youngster Memphis Depay will be forced to take a pay cut next season if he stays at the club. The website that is distributing confidential player contracts posted the Dutchman's £25 million deal online and proved that he was due a heavy pay cut after lack of appearances. However, it's not all bad news for the 22-year-old, who could see his bonuses bump him back up to around his original salary anyway. And finally, Jose Mourinho is reportedly the target of a national team should he not join Manchester United. That's right, Syria are interested in the ex-Chelsea boss.
So guys, are PSG trying to dismantle MSN, or is it a ploy from Neymar to get a bigger contract at Barcelona? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, check out yesterday's winners and losers where the lads review Saturday's El Clasico, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.